Just this one. Thank you. How much?
136.
136. Can I ask why you're working at this age?
Because I can't afford not to.
How old are you?
I'm 75.
75.
Yeah. I'm evicted. I have to
Sorry?
get out of my apartment.
You're getting evicted?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how much is your rent?
They said they didn't get the check, and he's charging me $1,100 or something, you know? It's a mess.
Yeah.
I'm just...
Do you have a partner or like a husband or?
No, he's deceased.
I was so devastated, I just sat on the floor and I cried.
Linda de Gonzalez says she got a notice from her Surrey Buildings Management last week telling her to agree to a nearly 45% rent increase or her suite, where she's lived in for 21 years, would be sold.
I don't have anywhere. I have nowhere else to go.
So today we're going to see the eviction crisis, who is the targeted demographic, and why they're getting evicted.
I was so devastated, I just sat on the floor and I cried.
Linda de Gonzalez says she got a notice from her Surrey Buildings Management last week telling her to agree to a nearly 45% rent increase or her suite, where she's lived in for 21 years, would be sold.
I don't have anywhere. I have nowhere else to go. I can't afford, I'm on a pension, I'm on a fixed income. I can't afford to move. I can't afford the rents.
The 71-year-old isn't the only one. She says about 30 out of the roughly 70 suites have received similar notices. Many tenants, seniors, and immigrants who've lived in the building anywhere from several years to more than 20.
So what happens with this type of tenants is that they've lived so long in the same place that they didn't feel the rent increase like most people. For example, the place I am in, I live with my sister and we're paying around $950. But when you want to have the same place, because it's a 2-bedroom in Canada, when you want to have the same place in the same building, I've seen their post on Facebook and it was going around $1,500 for only 1 bedroom. And us, we have 2-bedroom and it is only for $950. The reason of that huge gap is because my sister has been living here for almost 10 years. So the landlord couldn't increase the rent as they wish. So in the comments, someone said 45% rent increase. Is this legal? Yeah, I really do wonder if it is legal. But usually the landlords, they kind of profile their tenants before taking certain types of decisions. And the fact that they see that these old people have, they're struggling to pay rent, means that they won't be able to probably hire good lawyers and sue the landlords, and they don't even have the energy. And you have a landlord commenting, saying, for us homeowners, our property tax and everything is so high, we have no choice but to raise rent. Not 40%, but significantly, no other choice. But what I think is that that property tax is used as an excuse, not for every landlord, but for some landlord to increase the price way more than it should be. And someone else in the comments said pretty clear that this is bad faith negotiation tactic from landlords. Can't imagine this standing scrutiny in court. Landlords don't stretch too far. Yeah, at this point, I think that the landlord just want to get rid of these tenants and have new ones. So I'd be surprised if they sell the house itself, because I think right now with the prices of rent, they're gonna make way more money if they keep renting than selling the house. And you also have a girl who was living in a 2-bedroom and she was only paying $50 because she finessed the system. Now, what happened was the internet reported her and she lost that privilege.
So because of that video I made of my family of 7 living in a 2-bedroom apartment and me only paying $50, somebody on here was so miserable to go report me that now they gave me an eviction notice for 30 days. So now I need a lawyer. Thanks to y'all taxpayers that are so mad that you're paying my $50 in rent for my 2-bedroom apartment for a family of 7. I don't know how y'all even found out where I live. It's a 10-story apartment building. Y'all found out where I live. Y'all contacted the housing people. I don't know what you said to them, But now me and my family's getting evicted and we're going to be on the streets. So thanks a lot.
So in the comments, someone said, no problem. Glad we could help. And someone else said, I'm confused why people who tell their business on social media get mad when there's cause of effect. You have also Ronald who just said, you did that, take accountability. And the creator answered, I did nothing but live my life in peace. And Katie answered, 2-bedroom apartment with 7 head, how many are Velcro to the wall? And if your apartment is, say, $1,200 and you only pay $50, then taxpayers are paying $1,150 for apartment. I did the math for you. Clearly, the taxpayers were mad and they found where she lived and reported her. And the next story is pretty sad and confusing at the same time. So it's a 75-year-old woman who keeps working because she can't afford rent.
Just this one. Thank you. How much?
136.
136. Can I ask why you're working at this age?
Because I can't afford not to.
How old are you?
I'm
75.
yeah. I'm evicted. I
Sorry?
have to get out of my apartment.
You're getting evicted?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how much is your rent?
They said they didn't get the check, and he's charging me $1,100 or something. You know,
Oh gosh.
it's a mess.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Do you have a partner or like a husband or?
No, he's deceased.
Oh my God.
He
When did
died
he
at
pa-
he died at 45 years old.
Oh gosh, you've had such a hard life.
I'm here.
And you're about to get evicted.
Yeah.
I want to give these to you.
Oh no.
Yes.
I just bought flowers for my boss
Really?
today. Yeah.
Wow, so those are for you.
Thank you.
I want to send you a lot of love, you know, the situation you're going through.
I just go day by day. It's up to him if I get up, you know.
So I want to put some money towards your rent.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. There's a few $100s for you. I also, I'm gonna open a fundraiser to help you retire and to not get evicted.
No, I never had nothing like that before. Because my family don't help me. They have nothing to do with me. My kids. A friend of mine told me my customers are my people. I have 4 kids and they have nothing to do with me. I've been working for almost 2 years straight. I haven't missed a day. I missed 1 day.
I'm Sam. I promise. I'll give you a hug. Of course.
I haven't done that in a long time.
Sorry?
I haven't hugged nobody in a long time. Okay.
So it's a pretty sad story, but also confusing because I have so many questions when it comes to her relatives and the relationship she has with those kids. Because how come can you have 4 kids and none of them decide to help you? So personally, I wouldn't jump into conclusions and blame the kids. I would get their point of view first. But still, it's hard to understand having your mother, seeing her struggling without you doing anything about it. Someone said, why can't billionaires do this? I'm going to answer it. Billionaires will never do this because this is not the way to become billionaire. In order to be a billionaire, there is a high chance for you as an individual to exploit another to make profit off of them. I'm going to give a simple example. So you have an employee that is working for you. He's providing a $200 value. You will pay him $10 and you will keep the 190. Right. And if you do that same technique, you repeat it, that's how you become a billionaire. You do it to millions of people. Those 190s that are stacking up becomes a billion. So someone said in the comments, can she come to Lebanon? I'm ready to take care of her. I lost my mom recently and I will be happy to have an elder person with me at home. Yeah, but this is the positive side of that no one talks about on the internet. The internet can do some damage, but they can also do some wonders. Someone else also said, imagine having 4 kids and no one looks out for you. Yeah, that's why I have so many questions for her kids. Like, what motivated them to act this way?
How are you? So good to see you. For anyone who doesn't know, what's your situation?
Well, I haven't paid rent.
And how old are you?
75.
And how much is your rent?
It's $9.45 plus I pay utilities, water, trash, and sewer.
I've got 1,100 for you today. That's for your rent.
Like I told you, I didn't know there was a God, you know.
And you believe that now a little bit? Yeah.
People come here and they just say, we come to see you because you make our day, you know.
That's beautiful. We have raised you $213,000.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ.
Bless you.
Where'd you come from? I have no idea.
Like you said, you believe it's God, right?
Like I said, I didn't know there was one. I didn't. After all the shit I've been through, it hasn't been fair, you know.
Bless you. You're amazing. You're amazing.
Somebody gave me a gift card. They would take my picture, and I'm just going, God, I can't take this. I can't take it. It's hard. I choke on it. I didn't know there were people like you. I didn't.
I believe God's real, you know, and that's proof.
So if we jump in the comments, you'll see someone who said, and to Sandy's kid, Sandy, who is the lady, don't you dare come around now. And someone else said, Sandy is so sweet and she's a hard worker. So the next video we're going to watch is about an elderly woman who's 83 years old, living in Ontario, and she just got her eviction notice.
I don't know where to go.
Crying was not the way Krister Barrett imagined spending her birthday today. The 83-year-old and her daughter Deborah were two of the 20 tenants at 1270 and 1280 Webster Street who found letters at their front door late last week.
Opened it up and I was like, oh my God, it's an eviction notice. So she started crying, came down here, and there was one at her door.
From her northeast London apartment, she worries about where she will live after 4 years in her current place, where she pays $900 a month.
I cannot afford $1,800 a month. I just live on a fixed income.
In the eviction letter obtained by CTV News, it states the building has been in disrepair for many years. It says new owners will be undergoing extensive renovations, which will be a serious health and safety matter. It adds the unit will be not reasonably fit for habitation.
Our housing market is blowing up out of control. And there's nobody guarding the gates as far as protecting tenants' rights.
Acorn London says this is becoming a national trend, which they call renoviction, using renovations as an excuse for eviction.
What they'll do is they'll neglect regular maintenance for a period of time until these problems get exaggerated to the point where they feel they can justify kicking people out and doing a total renovation. They can flip that place and double the rent.
The letter from Webster Apartments says renovations will take 7 to 10 months and leases will be terminated August 31st. Webster Apartments says the residents will be offered 3 months compensation, or around $2,500. However, if they leave by May 31st, they'll be given a lump sum payment of $5,000.
I could see they evict me if I wouldn't pay my rent. But I never missed a month's rent.
CTV News spoke to the person listed on the Webster Apartments eviction notice. We were told they would pass our interview request on, but we've yet to hear a response. The residents say they are in the process of figuring out the next steps to fight the eviction.
You can't be divided at this point. Everybody's got to stand together, and that's what both buildings are doing. We're standing as this is in a community, so it doesn't happen to the next 20 tenants.
The landlords have that sneaky tactic where they refuse to repair anything that is broken into the apartment to drive the actual tenants to leave so they can bring new ones and increase the rent. But it can be extremely risky. For example, I saw in the footage that the balcony was pretty old, and imagine if someone stands there and it decides to break. It's going to increase more problem than the amount of money they're trying to save. So in the comments, someone said, bring back rent cap. No one bedroom should cost more than $500 to $900. I'm sorry. Anything above is simply great. So someone else said she won't be able to afford anything more than a room in a house in Ontario. Devastating. We are in the worst housing crisis I've ever seen. It's true, and this was in 2023. Right now, the market is correcting itself. A lot of people are leaving Ontario because the prices of the rent were going wild. And the last comment, I'm pretty sure that's probably a landlord who said, it doesn't matter, you are a renter, you don't own the place. The landlord has to honor the lease and is right to not extend. People don't invest to stay broke. They want to make money and make sure they have their retirement taken care of. Yep, that's the beauty of capitalism. Oh, there will always be someone who will lose at the end. The housing market in Ontario corrected itself so well that I remember seeing a guy who built a huge building with a lot of apartments, and those apartments were vacant. No one was there. So what he decided, he thought he was a marketing genius. So he decided that when you buy an apartment, he'll give you a Porsche. But it wasn't a good deal at the end because the apartments were so expensive that you'll still lose. You have someone else who said, water, electricity, and gas alone is about $500. So who's at fault for that? The landlord? Everything has gone up. And someone else also said, the rental market in Ontario is out of control. Our wages are nowhere near the cost of living. We need to demand action from our officials. That's why I think that the government should step in. But they're starting, at least in Canada, they're starting to work on it because they acquired millions and millions and they allocated that money into their housing budget. So the government is building more houses, also reducing migration in order to regulate the offer and demand between renters and landlords.
This time last year, 3 eviction notices within a span of like 6 months. I was on government assistance relying on a program in my county to help me pay my rent. My car was facing repossession. I was 3-4 months behind on car payments. I was hiding my car so that they couldn't find my car. I remember a time where I could only put $4 in my gas tank, y'all. Like, stuff was really spooky just last year. And now it's like I have an amazing career. I amassed a following of over 200,000 people that support me. It's like, bro, what is going on? Like, I moved into my dream apartment. I'm just so grateful. Like, God has really showed up and showed out for me in this season. And he continues to show up and show out for me. And I'm realizing that the more I lean on him, the more he shows up and shows out. No one teaches us how to have faith. It's truly not something that you can teach someone. It's something that you have to experience and develop. And my God, the way that the lessons are taught are sometimes crazy, but I'm thankful for that experience because I have everything that I have now because I had faith back then. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Watching this video reminded me of a girl who commented my video titled, "The US hit a breaking point." So she said it's so tiring. She didn't give explanation about what she's going through, but I want to tell her that every challenge in this life comes to an end, and you may be closer to that end than you may think. And she's probably not alone. Right now, everyone is struggling in a way or another. Like this person who said, this time next year, I won't be in this situation anymore. And you have many other comments saying the same thing, like this one. Girl, I needed to see this. This year has been rough. I'm praying to see some better days soon. Thank you for this video. Someone else said, literally going through my faith walk, eviction notices, late car payments, etc. Having faith is hard, but I know it's worth it. I know he is my redeemer. Someone else said, I'm there now, eviction notice and 1 car payment behind. So yeah, people are having eviction notices, car payments, being laid off. And what I can say is whether you are religious or not, it depends. You can believe in religion, you can believe in science, you can believe in universe. What I can say is during these hard times, you need something that motivates you, something that pushes you. Sometimes it can even be your family, the fact that you have kids and whenever you go home, you see them, you're happy. That can motivate you to wake up every day, even though you don't want to.
Okay, so the reason why I'm getting evicted is partly because it's retaliation against me reporting them. But it's mostly because I'm lawfully withholding rent from them. In Florida, you are allowed to lawfully withhold rent for a few different reasons. You have to I can't think of them off the top of my head, but if it's like, if there's maintenance issues or the apartment isn't up to code, like you can withhold rent. I'm withholding rent from them, but I don't want them to get another dime from me. And you might be like, oh my God, she's breaking the law. She's living in an apartment she doesn't want to pay for. I'm breaking the law. They've been breaking the law for the last year and a half. This is why nothing gets done in this country. Because I'm about to go on a tangent. But people are breaking the law constantly. These corporations are breaking the law constantly. And as soon as we do something that is also breaking the law, but it's actually in defense, now we look like the bad guys. And this is why nothing ever gets done. This is why nothing ever gets done. And I'm so tired of people taking advantage of us and not having anything done to them. They live in these beautiful homes. They go to sleep at night. They get to rest their beautiful little heads on their clean pillow while I'm literally laying in bed while a roach crawls across my bed frame. So, no, I do not care that I'm breaking the law. I don't care. They have been breaking the law this entire time. I don't owe them money. They owe me money. They owe me money. That's my money that they took. Like, we gotta... So, I am, like, this, like, victim blaming on these corporations that are multi-million-dollar corporations. And we're over here talking about, well, that's always been. You just gotta stick with it. No, nothing gets done that way. Nothing gets done that way. So yes, I'll be the tenant that causes a ruckus. I'll be the tenant who speaks out. I'll be the one that runs her mouth. And then when it actually changes because I refuse to be quiet, then it's gonna be round of applause. So no, I like this. So that's why they're evicting me. Because I'm lawfully withholding rent. And I don't want to ever give it back to them. And I don't owe them a penny. They owe me all that money back. And they owe me even more, to be honest. Emotional distress, mental distress. How would you feel walking into your kitchen? There's a roach this big crawling on the ground. That's literally what happened to me yesterday. Yeah.
This video reminds me of a quote that says, "The rules are made for the enemies of the rulers." It's exactly what happened with the last US president who decided to pardon his son before the elections because he had the power to do so, and no one could say anything about it, even though his son was caught red-handed. So yeah, rules unfortunately don't apply to the rulers. So in the comments, someone said, "I'm gonna be real with you. You don't even gotta explain for me to know I'm on your side." I actually wish we would have collectively, as a society, all decide to stop paying rent so we can focus on laws to change on rent control. And a landlord, I suppose it's a landlord or property manager, he answered, "If you're not withholding rent properly, I hope they're successful with their eviction." Almost a decade as a property manager, I can tell you most residents are insufferable. So in the comments, you have another property manager who said, 25 years in property management and I've never seen a single soul who withheld the rent come out on the winning side. If you're going to go that route, I'd advise you, knowing that list better than they do, have every single complaint in writing and be prepared to deal with the long-term consequences of having an eviction on your record if it doesn't go your way. A disgruntled resident who pays in time is more threatening to them than one who doesn't. So this is it. This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how much you're paying for in rent. Do you think it's expensive in the comments? I'll answer as soon as I can. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon. Take care. Ciao.